Salutations, fellow Transformers addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers addict, coming back at you with part 3 of the Transformers Combiner Wars Titan Class Devastator video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the third member of the Constructicons. It is none other than Bonecrusher. So, here he is in his bulldozer vehicle mode, and I just gotta say, I really like it. I have a little bit of minor nitpicks with this, though. The cockpit's a little bit too small, in my opinion, I think. Unless that's very accurate to a bulldozer, then, you know, kudos to Hasbro for replicating that. That's really cool. He doesn't really have much to do in this mode. I mean, he is a bulldozer, so, you know, if your kid who's into construction vehicles and Transformers happens to like this, and, you know, you could just, you know, you have fun with it. Another thing is he's too green. There needs to be a little bit more paint applications on this guy. Like, they could have done this kind of stuff. You know, just, they could have painted the gears, and, you know, they could have painted the treads, like, something other color, unless this was accurate to G1. They could have painted a little bit more on the details, somewhat, you know. I mean, I just think it would have looked a little bit better. This shovel, honestly, it's a little bit too small. I mean, the bulldozer shovel would normally come up to like about here and be a little bit wider. But I mean, this is too small. I'm not complaining about it. It's just these little issues, or these little like lacks of integration and replication of a regular bulldozer kind of bug me. Because like, I'm kind of a scale nut, and I'm also kind of an accuracy nut. So yeah, there's that. But otherwise, I think Bonecrusher is a very nice addition to the Constructicons. He looks very nice. I will admit that. He looks really, really good. I like it quite a lot. I just really wish there was more paint application on this guy, because once again, he's so green! But anyway. Now, for size comparison, I don't have Voyager Prime or Megatron, Leader Megatron, or Ultra Magnus, or any combiner on me at the moment. So we're just going to stick with the comparisons for the Constructicons alone. So, without further ado, here's Bonecrusher next to Hook. And ignore that outside, they're mowing grass. So there's Bonecrusher next to Hook. He's significantly a little bit small. He's about the same length, but he's a little bit more compact. Let's see if I can do this. Look at it like this. So there's that. And those shreds like to keep popping off, don't they? So there's that. Here he is next to his previously reviewed buddy Scavenger. I almost said Scrapper that time. I honestly almost said Scrapper. Yeah. So here he is next to Scavenger. And that looks pretty good. I think it works quite a bit. And what the heck, let's get in a group shot. So there he is next to his previously reviewed Constructicon buddies. And they all look really nice together. I like that quite a lot. Keeping the motif going. So there's that. Anyway, once again, with the power of stop motion, Bonecrusher shall emerge from his bulldozer vehicle mode into his awesome robot mode. So, without further ado, let me transform this guy, and we shall take a look at his robot mode. And here is Bonecrusher in his robot mode, and as you can see, it is once again very accurate to his Generation 1 iteration. Getting a nice look at that glorious boxy head sculpt, as you can see, decked out in a very nice metallic silver paint, with a very nice red visor. Has a little bit of detailing. They detailed the nose, his mouth, and he just looks really, really good. I like Bonecrusher. I like him a lot. And I also like how he's voiced by Steve Bloom in the new Transformers Devastation game, which is also a really, really nice touch. Now, this figure, once again, does have its issues in robot mode, much like how I kind of did in vehicle mode, whereas it was just nothing but a green bulldozer in vehicle mode. He actually has some manufacturing issues. On my copy of the figure, much like MGO 316s and possibly a few other people out there who own this Devastator set. Bonecrusher is known to have, and for a forewarning, what I'm about to say is going to sound very, very wrong. I don't know how else to word this. He has a very, very floppy crotch. He has Cybertronian erectile dysfunction, pretty much. The issue is with this figure, he also has floppy knees because they're on a ball joint and they're weak, but that can be tightened up with a little bit of floor polish. But there's no really easier way to say this without sounding inappropriate. Bonecrusher has a very unique crotch connection, whereas Scavenger, his just pegged into the side of his hips. What happens with Bonecrushers is there's actually, if I can get this unpegged, there's a port right there, and there's a peg on the other side. And with these two latches for both sides, on the opposite side, you have this latch right here that will clip on right there, and you have that latch that will clip on to the other side, as well as that peg. The reason it doesn't work is because that peg is a little bit too short, that whenever you peg it in and you move his crotch just a little bit, even like the hips, you move it just a little bit, and it screws up the structural makeup of Bonecrusher's his hip structure. It really screws it up. Like, for example, if you push it up too high, I don't even know if it's going to do it for me now. If you push it up too high, it will actually unpeg, or you push it up too low. For like a pose, that whole crotch section will come undone because that peg is too short, and these two latches will just unpeg all by themselves. Here I am messing with a figure's crotch on camera. Good God. I never thought I'd see the day. But, I mean, yeah, it would have worked if the peg and the latches would have stayed together. See, now I can't even get it. There we go. It would have worked if it were to stay together, and then with this loose connection as well, you have this giant backpack that you could leave hanging off to the side, or off to the back like that, kind of giving him a butt flap. And then, I mean, Bonecrusher, he's a great figure. I really like him, but the hips and the crotch is what really kind of brings this figure down. Because with those two latches and that port, it looks like it would stay stable, but it doesn't. It honestly does not work as great as it does. I mean, if you're looking at my copy right now, you can see that this is off just by a little bit, while this one is perfectly up there. That's mainly because of this whole connection. I could force it up there, but then it'll only go back down. So it's kind of a bummer, but it's not really that big of an issue. There could be an easy way to fix that. I don't know. But anyway, another issue with this figure is he basically has the canopy or cockpit or whatever you want to call it of his Bonecrusher mode, of his vehicle mode, just sticking out like that. You can't fold it and put it behind his head, because if you do that, then this will actually cover up, this bucket, which is his chest piece, will actually cover up his face. And not only that, but if you push it, it's not gonna stay there. So it looks like he has like a helmet. If they were to put this on a double hinge, then maybe it would look a little bit nicer, but that also kind of brings the figure down a little bit, because you have that canopy right there that's just sticking out. And his crotch is coming undone again. I really don't want to keep messing with his lower portion, because it's weird. It's just weird, man. Let's see. Come on, I ain't doing this on camera. You're gonna plug in, you're gonna like it. What did I just say? You're gonna plug in and you're gonna like it. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Bonecrusher. Thank you. But yeah. I mean, it's not a bad figure nonetheless. I like Bonecrusher to the fullest extent, but just those minor little issues that he has really just brings the figure down. So, I mean, you kind of have to have him for Devastator, and he does come with a gift set, but, you know, he's kind of the weakest of the bunch. I mean, he's good looking. He really is, but his knees, his crotch and his hips, and then that canopy on the back of his head just really kind of brings this figure down. So, let's get on with the size comparison. So, for comparison, here he is with his previously reviewed fellow digger, buddy, alt mode, sharing member, Scavenger. And as you can see, Scavenger is just a wee bit bigger. Just a wee bit. His crotch is coming on down again. Darn it. And here he is with the first video reviewed Constructicon. Here he is with Hook. Looking very nice. Looking very awesome. So, and what the heck, let's get in a group shot. So we got Hook, we got Bonecrusher, and we have Scavenger. So there they all are in their robot modes, looking nice together. And I think it looks awesome. So there's that. His articulation is pretty standard. His head is on a ball joint. It can look up, it can look down a little bit, it can look 360 degrees like an owl. Ooh. That was the worst owl impersonation I ever did. His bicep, or shoulder, my bad. His shoulder is on a ball joint. They can go 360 degrees, they can go in and out. He has a double bicep bend, mainly for transformation, as well as a ball jointed bicep, so he can do a swivel. He has a nice elbow bend. Looking really cool. So, he has elbows. Yay, elbows. He has a ball-jointed thighs, so they can go forward and back, in and out. They can go down a little bit. I guess if you want to have this for articulation, his crotch can come undone. He has a ball-jointed knee, and last but not least, he has a foot tilt, pivot, whatever you want to call it, for his feet to give him in some dynamic poses. So, and he could be like, "You! I'm gonna kill you!" This looks pretty cool. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, honestly, I think that you should definitely pick up the Devastator gift set if you are a fan of Bonecrusher. If he's your fan favorite, then go ahead and go do so. Go pick him up, and if you want to pick him up, you can always go to BigBadToyStore.com for availability, or TF Source, or wherever you prefer to shop online. And if you want to go pick them up locally, then you can always go up to your local Toys R Us, Walmart, Kmart, wherever Devastator is sold, and you can go pick this guy up today because he is awesome. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, I think that is pretty much it. So this has been the video review for the Transformers Combiner Wars Titan Class Devastator Constructicon Bonecrusher. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Please be sure to go check out Transformers Infinite Chaos Rising Warfare. Be sure to go check out my previously reviewed figures, and if you missed any of the Titan Class Devastator video reviews, you can always go check out the playlist, and I will leave a link down in the description down below. And please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more of my awesome videos, and if you want to chat with me or if you want to let me know what you thought about my videos, then please hit me up down in the comment section down below, or post a message to me via the Facebook page, or hit me up on Twitter, TFA1024, and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. But until next time, my fellow addicts, remember to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF Addicts for life. Oh, and one more thing. If you have a video game that you want to see played on TFA Plays, or if you want to see a certain figure reviewed, you can always let me know your suggestions down in the comment section down below. Now officially, until next time, my fellow addicts, remember to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF Addicts for life. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, rolling out. Peace.